Welcome back, YouTube, to another money per hour grind series. So today we're going to be looking at grinding at Forest Ronaros here in Black Desert Online, which my last video we looked at Blood Wolves. So this is kind of the next video for the next potion spot. So again, this is a newerish player spot, and it's honestly for me, it's been a minute since I've been here, probably a couple years, and they didn't even have the Marni realm out during that time. But in this video, I'll show you, where this place is located, all of the rotations that I used, and then any mechanics, and then finally looking at the loot. Also, again, this is not really a guide on how to make the potion piece, but more so looking at, how much potential silver could you make at this spot while you're grinding for those potion pieces. But I'll link a very useful guide from Garmoth down below in the description that will kind of walk you through the steps of making the potion piece. Also, quick disclaimer, this video is geared towards a person who may be checking out the spot, for the first time or maybe revisiting the spot. So your money per hour, is probably not going to be as good, right? It might be a little less, but I'll also talk about the potential average money per hour that most people are getting here. Again, you're probably not really coming for the spot for the money, but it's good to know. Also, I'm not perfect, so if I happen to leave anything out that you think is important for this spot, then let me know down in the comments. But with that being said, let's jump right on in. So this spot is going to be in the Gamma region, right? So if I look at the map here, so we can see I'm located right here. This is where the Marni realm's at. But essentially, right, so you can see Forest Ronaros area. But this place is also called the Tooth Fairy Forest as well, which I think Garmoth is what deems this place to be called. And if I go back to the map here and I zoom all the way out, you can see that Grana is right here, which is kind of your main city that you'll be going to. And if I go all the way out, you can see that Heidel is over in this area here. So good little distance there. And then following up here, so rotations. So there are a bunch of rotations at this spot. So I'll kind of show you three of them, kind of the main rotation outside of the Marni realm, and then the rotation inside the Marni realm, and then a rotation that's kind of outside or separate from the Marni area. And I'll show you that right now.
Forest deep and dark again, hoping for the peace I need. Ronaros, they bring the pain, chasing dreams through endless deeds. Hour after hour grind, sweat and patience thin as air. Potions be so hard to find in this forest of despair. Grinding hard to break the chain, Forest Ronaros my quest. Every swing and every gain to get the peace that I vain. Blue and drops so rare to see, each kill like a whisper lost in the shadow of the trees, paying dear for a heavy cost. Feeling stuck but moving strong, around each turn the monsters roar. Doubt it flickers but I'm wrong, victory I will adore. Grinding hard to break the chain, Forest Ronaros my quest. Every swing and every gain to get the peace that I vain. Forest stuck but moving strong, round each turn the monsters roar. Doubt it flickers but I'm wrong, victory I will adore. Grinding hard, don't break the chain. Forest Ronaros, my quest. Every swing and every gain to get the peace that I vain. Moving soft, so rare to see. Each kill like a whisper lost in the shadow of the trees, paying dear for a heavy cost.
So gear, let me pull up the Monster Zone info here at this spot. So when I pull it up, we can see if I click on view total stats, you can see that the recommended total AP is going to be 350. The DP is going to be 220. And then you can see here that the restricted max AP limit is going to be 410. So you can see here it's a pretty low entry spot. And then next here, so mechanics. So there's really no specific mechanics at this spot. You're just going to grind in a circle. So it's pretty straightforward. However, before you start, you're going to want to make sure you pick up the weekly quest here for those extra pity pieces for the potion, right? And in order to get that, again, we'll go to the Monster Zone info. And the easiest way of getting that weekly quest is you can just pull up the Monster Zone info here, and then you can just see weekly quest, right? And you can just click that, and that's going to take you to the NPC that you need to go to. Also, uh, when you're here, the specific mobs that you want to kind of pay attention to that drop the potion pieces is going to be the Guardian and the Catcher. Now, again, in reality, as you're grinding in your circle, you're going to be encompassing those mobs anyway. So I'll kind of just show you the two important mobs here. So you can see, right, so Guardian is right there, and then the Catcher is going to be right here, right? So that's kind of the two mobs that you're going to want to focus on. And again, as you're kind of grinding in your circle, you're going to be killing those specific mobs anyway. So buffs, again, this is a low entry spot, right? So just running a craw mill and an alchemy stone should be completely fine. You could either do the simple craw mill, or if you're like super yoked out of your mind, then you could use like the exquisite mill for like those extra specific stats. For the alchemy stone, I'm running a Veil's Heart, but you could really use any PvE alchemy stone that you want. If you want to go overkill, then you could do like church buffs, tent buffs, frenzy drought, or a beast drought. Only if you're maybe not killing the mobs in one hit. But just to keep it simple, I would say just run a simple craw mill and your alchemy stone buff, and that should be plenty. Of course, you can put on AP monster artifacts with really, any PvE lightstone combinations. These mobs do benefit with the gamma damage, so you could get the lightstones that match that, but I wouldn't advise to get those because they are super expensive. It could be maybe an investment later down the road when you go to more in-game spots, grinding spots. But I would just say just use any kind of PvE lightstone combination that you want because this is a pretty low gear spot. Now this is what I'm running with my lightstones. Probably not the most efficient Lightstone combination, and of course the artifacts that I have is the best in slot. But like I said, any AP monster artifacts is completely fine. So drops. So I have the Monster Zone info pulled up, and we'll just kind of go through each item here. And so we have the artifacts to begin with, and if you're like a newer-ish player, then you might want to keep these for your specific build. If not, you can just do simple alchemy and turn these into purified lightstones, and you can sell those on the market for like around 10 million. Next here, you have the Forest Ronaros ring. You can sell that on the market for right now. It's selling for about 4.5 million. Then you have the Guardian Spirit Stones. Again, you can sell that on the market, or you can do. grinding there in the process window, and you can get mystical spirit powder, which that's used to kind of replenish your alchemy stone, like if you have the Velisart. And then we have the armor pieces here, which you can either feed these to your fairy if you need to level up your fairy, or you can just sell it on the market. If you sell it on the market, it does kind of sit for a while. And then moving on down below, we have Spectre's Energy. You can sell this to the vendor for 30 million. I'm lazy and that's what I do, but you may want to keep this in order to make your Black Star gear because this is an important component for that. Then you have the Mass of the Pure Magic. This is used to kind of combine with other materials to make magical blackstones, which is used to enhance your Black Star gear. And then here is the Origin Stone. And so, if you're into like horse, like training, then this is something that you might want to keep for your Corsair Awakening, or you can sell it on the market. Right now it's going for 3.7 million. Uh, so these two pieces, this is the main reason why most people come here, right? Is to get one of the three HP potion pieces. And so this right here is the actual rare drop uh, that you need. And then this piece right here, so this is the pity pieces. So you need 100 of these in order to make one of those. And again, these two, well, this one is why you're mainly coming here for, right? And then you have the Marni's research box, which is why you're grinding. This can randomly drop. It's pretty rare, but it can drop. And then essentially you just kill a specific amount of mobs, and then once you fill that up, then you can turn that in to get a pretty juicy accessory. Next here, Forest Fury. So you can see it actually sells on the market for a pretty good price, 22 million. The thing with these is these combine with other crystals to kind of enhance your crystal. So that's kind of why these sell for a good amount because these are pretty highly sought out for. The Kaffir stones here, right? So you can use these to kind of put Kaffir levels into your gear. And this is important because you need Kaffir level 10 and then a specific flame in order to get one of your in-game gear pieces, right? Or you can sell on the market for 2.1 million. So the Rumbling Earth Shard, this is another piece that is also needed for like course training for like your Corsair Awakening. So you can either keep that for your horse training or you can just sell on the market. You have your Ancient Spirit Dust. So, this is a component to make Caphra, right? So you need 5 of these and one Blackstone in order to make one Caphra stone. So just a nice little way to make some extra money there. So pure forest breath. Again, you can kind of see a pattern here. It's another component for horse training, right? So this is going to help with getting your doom. And so again, if you're going for that, you might want to keep this. If not, you can sell it on the market for close to 2 million. Next here, you have the voodoo doll. So you need 5 of these in order to make a scroll, and then you can go to a specific spot on the map and then run these scrolls to potentially get accessories or other items. And so it might be a way to potentially make some more money. I just sell these on the market. I don't. For me, it's not really worth it. And I think right now there's a bunch on the market just kind of waiting because I'm pretty sure like the min is 680,000. I could be wrong, but there might be a bunch right now in the market just chilling. This right here, so this is your main trash, right, that you're going to be getting. And so you can see you can get 13,490 silver for one. So not the highest, but it's decent. Then you have the Earth Spirit Stone fragment. And so you can sell this to the vendor for 50,000 or you can do simple cooking and combine this with purified water in order to make a spirit essence of earth, which I think you can sell that on the market for like 156,000. So potentially a way to make some extra cash there if you want to go through a couple extra steps. And then finally here, trace of the nature, which this can be used just to craft different items in the game here. All right, so now the fun part. Let's see what I got in 1 hour with just using a level 2 loot scroll. You can pay 50 million to get the temp buff or 50% increase on your drop rate. I did not do that the 2 hours that I was here. Uh, Also, your class will have an effect on the amount of trash loot that you can get, and if you don't have tier 4 pets, which is important, right? So those two factors can really affect your money per hour. I used Musa here just because of the crazy mobility and also the tag event was going on, so I took advantage of that. But let's take a look at Garmoth here first. So the potential average money per hour at this spot here at 138% drop rate, which is what I'm at mostly if there's no drop rate event going on, and a yellow loot scroll is around 580 million, with the average trash being around 14.5k. So, that's something that you could potentially expect once you're maybe efficient with the rotation and playing the proper class that is a high mobility class. Also, right, it's important to note that your money per hour is going to vary based on your drop rate. So higher the drop rate, potentially the more money you'll make. Uh, let's look at my hours here with Awakening Musa. And if I was using my main, which is a striker, I probably would have made less trash. And remember, my AP is pretty high. So, if you have lower AP, then you can potentially expect less money. But my first hour at 268% drop rate was 418 million and 15.2k trash, which I actually didn't even get one single pity piece, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, didn't get a single one there. And then my second hour and final hour, I got around 562 million and 13.2k trash, which this time I did get five pity pieces. And then, if you take the pity pieces out, then it would have been more like 356 million. So, are you coming here for the money? No, right? Unless you're a new player and or if you're needing the potion piece, and it really just depends on where you're at in your gear progression. Meaning, are you able to grind other areas to make more money per hour and just save up and then buy the whole potion piece? I know for me, I bought the MP potion piece off the market, which I think at one point you had to do like life skilling as well to get one of the pieces. So, you had to kill the mob and then skin them for like a higher chance of that piece to drop. And it's just more of a hassle. But now, they've really made these items much easier to get by grinding and or just, buying it off the market. But, let me know down in the comments, what type of numbers are you pulling at this spot. But with that being said, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up as it really helps out the channel. And here's another video that you can check out if you're bored. But hey, I will see you next time, YouTube. Peace.
Sunsets on black desert sky. It's just you and I. Weapons ready.